13 fishing swim bait. Bringing it to the Kissimmee grass. She came out and ate it. It's a good one. There we go. Hey guys, Tyler Woolcott, and I just wanted to show you guys exactly what you just saw me catch that fish on. We're in an area, I knew there was some fish, but I just wanted to cover some water and kind of locate where they are. And this is an awesome bait I throw from up north all the way down south here in Florida. It's just a Texas rigged swim bait, and it has a big old boot tail back there, and it's just an awesome representation of like a bait fish or anything like that. I Texas rig it. I put anywhere between a 1/16 to an 1/8 ounce weight. I have it rigged up on a Hayabusa 4/0 wide gap hook right now, and the reason why I put this weight on the front of it is because if you want to reel it on top, get it over some vegetation, you can reel it on top. If you want to reel it underneath the water like I was when you saw me catch that fish, you can reel it under the water. And then also, a lot of times when you're reeling on the surface, if you don't have any weight on this thing and you kill it when one's behind it, it's not going to drop fast enough for them to react and bite it. So a lot of times just that little weight on the front will make that bait drop quick, and it'll make those fish react when they're falling behind it. I've caught so many bass just because of it falling down so fast right in front of their face. So as you guys can see behind me, we're around a lot of grass right now. Cattails, Kissimmee grass, hydrilla, eelgrass. And that's where I throw this bait a lot when I want to cover a bunch of water. Whether those fish are spawning or just staging up or just roaming around trying to feed, this is just an awesome search bait. You could throw this thing around wood, you could skip it under a dock. I would recommend either a heavy fluorocarbon or a heavy braid like I'm throwing here in this thick grass. Right now I have it rigged up on some 50-pound Suffix 832 braid, 8-to-1-to-1 Concept A 13 fishing reel, and an almond black 7.5 extra heavy. When I stick one way back in like you saw in that Kissimmee grass, I want to be able to horse them out. But if you're up north or somewhere where there's a really clear water, I would highly recommend maybe throwing this thing on some heavy fluorocarbon, or depending on the size of the swim bait, maybe going even lighter. I have a 3/16 ounce Woo tungsten weight and a Woo tungsten bobber stop holding that weight right along the swim bait head. And what that's gonna do is make this bait super compact. Everything's gonna stay together when you're reeling it through the water. Nothing's ever gonna tangle up on you, and it's gonna come through all that cover nice and smooth and weedless. The water is super clear where we're at. Those fish are feeding on bluegills, they're feeding on shiners, feeding on shad. So I just want them to see basically a silhouette swimming through the water. This green pumpkin seems to match the bait fish. They seem to eat it. But I would definitely switch up your colors whether depending on what type of bait they're eating or what your watercolor is. For me, a green pumpkin, a black and blue, or any type of bait fish color is what I like to throw. But it really just depends on what type of bait fish or watercolor you're working with in your area. Basically anywhere in the country, if you want to get really weedless with a swim bait, give them something different a lot of people don't throw, I would highly recommend rigging up a boot tail swim bait, whether it be this 13 fishing pleasure shad or something you like to throw. I would highly recommend it.